Have you guys seen this Ayisha Diaz shit?
No,
I don't even know who she is. She's fine as fuck. But go to the last slide first.
Fine.
I don't know what your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially?
From him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said it's spoiled, it's going to be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's fine. Actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
Myself, you should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together. Anyways, before making opinions and assumptions and going with the headlines, I suggest that you go to Earn Your Leisure and actually watch the podcast. And then we're going to do a follow-up and explain certain things. Do the math for you guys.
Pause it for a sec.
Because...
Would you suck her toes?
No, I don't suck toes.
What she asked?
No.
I don't suck.
She'd have to pay me.
Hey. I don't suck toes.
I'll take a foot job.
I don't even got a foot fetish.
I'll take a foot job.
I actually don't want to suck toes. But if she asked me to suck her toes...
You know what it is? I would suck toes, but I would suck toes for someone who I'm infatuated with. And I don't think I would be infatuated with her because of her personality.
I ain't putting nobody's toes in my mouth.
I think that's a W perspective. That is a W perspective. But I don't know. She got me, boy. She got me.
Nobody's toes are going in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Because
I put a toe in my mouth before.
Yeah, the way that I look at it is just like...
Man, what? Let's watch the video.
Yeah, fair enough.
The women on here are getting it because we go through it. But the men are only hearing $50,000. $50,000
a month.
And we are not talking about the amount of what I'm asking for me. It's just the principle, honestly. Maybe the next girl might be $10,000, $5,000, $2,000, $1,200 a month. But for me, my requirements are my requirements. And my overhead is very high. And I can't just sit and just watch it grow. I just can't. And live month to month, yes. Okay, regardless of the number, if it's 50, 20, 10, $500. If you want your girl to stop working, you need to give her double her bills. Because emergency happens. You guys want to get up and leave us with nothing. And guess what? Those bills still stand. And they're still waiting on us. And here we are jobless. Haven't worked in years or months.
Sounds like a you problem.
And we have to start from scratch. So there's nothing wrong for a woman to want a safety net. And the safety net should be double what your bills are.
Do it for yourself.
I don't want to be living month to month. And if something happens to you, then I'm effed. And guess what? Oh, you should have some money saved up. Okay, how am I going to have money saved up if you only give me enough just to pay the bills?
Because you should be making your own fucking money!
I can't work because you require it. Anyways, the conversation is that.
Okay, you can pause it.
Yeah, this bitch.
Okay, so I got off the phone with my friend. And
I don't think we need to hear more from her.
Toes still gonna get sucked though.
That's crazy.
I'm weak. I'm weak. Y'all are stronger than me, but I'm a weak man.
Fuck it.
What are your thoughts on this? Don't just tell me that you don't like it. Tell me your actual thoughts.
Fuck this bitch.
So I think there's two things that kind of come to my mind, and that one is that when you have as much money as the guys that she's dealing with, what is your thought process when it comes to dealing with women like this?
Just another bop.
Yeah, so if a girl says, oh, like if you want to deal with me, you need to give me 50K per month. And to you, 50K per month isn't really a big deal. Would you give her 50K per month? Or do you say, nah, fuck this bitch, she's tripping?
If I have $50K per month, first of all, let's do some math here. $50,000 a month for a year is $600,000 a year. That is over $500,000. I'm paying my wife $500,000 salary a year just to be there. She didn't talk about nothing of her wifely duty. She's just talking about her not working. I'm going to assume her not working is sex work. Well, I'm not going to assume that. Maybe going to clubs and being pretty. She's known for being pretty.
I just fucking hate the fact that there are tons of women out there who get it on their own. They own some type of business. There's some type of high earning individual, and they can create everything that she's talking about for themselves. And then in fact, if someone of the same type of status comes into their life, they figure out a way that they can also help that person and vice versa.
Okay, wait. Let's be real. I'm not speaking all women, but most women with money do not date down. Most women, when they get money, they do not want to take care of a man. They don't want. Think about it. If we had the amount of money where we could even afford, where we're living a lifestyle that requires $50,000 per month, if we have that lifestyle, we would just bring a woman into our lifestyle. We wouldn't we're not really gonna, if we like a girl, we're fucking with a girl, this is the girl for me, we're just gonna bring her into our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? There's not really any big, I'm not paying you to be with me, but you're going to you have that money. When a girl has that type of money, they feel like they have to date up. They always feel like they have to date up. And I am generalizing, I am stereotyping, but women don't often date down. They don't want to take care of a nigga, even if they have the means to. They're not trying to spend it on a nigga.
It's funny though, because we say this, but it's how many females do we know that really be taking their bum ass baby dads?
Huh?
I said, how many women do we know that, because we say they don't date down, but it's how many women do we know who have to be taking care of their bum ass baby dad?
But are they up?
Doesn't matter if they're up, they're still dating down because they have to take care of their baby dad.
They don't have to, I guess, but they're just stupid.
But that's what so we're saying that women that date down are stupid. I'm
not saying that they're stupid if we're at a similar level, and that all your baby dad has to do is get a job to equal you, that's different than people who are at higher echelons. Fam,
I see what you mean.
Because if we're making enough money, $50,000 a month, we're going to understand that we're a 1%er. We're a 1%er in society. We're not going to expect our wife to, or whichever woman we choose, to even keep up with us. We're just going to take care of the crib. We're just going to hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like a woman, when they have that amount of money, they're going to look for a man with more, instead of thinking oh, I have enough for both of us.
Yeah, I guess to kind of play the devil's, not necessarily devil's advocate, but I think her mindset is that her fantasy of a relationship is that a man is taking care of her. No matter how much money she makes, she wants her man to be taking care of her. And then in her mind, her man taking care of her is taking care of all the bills, including her bills. So as far as she's concerned, her bills cost a minimum of $50K per month. Therefore, if she wants to be with someone and she wants them to take care of her, he has to be able to put forward $50K a month to be able to take care of her, because that's her bills. That's her mindset.
I get it, but there's so much flaws in that, in my opinion, because okay, why do you have to stop working because you're now in a relationship?
That's
if you are able to what I don't get, I seen this post earlier about 50-50. And it's just why would a woman rather go 100-0 for herself rather than going 50-50 with somebody else? And we're not even talking about her going 50-50 in general. When you guys are together, you guys are merging your lives. You guys could be merging your bills.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have to pay your rent because now you're living with me. Maybe the whole situation changes. But what I don't like is that, where is the end? There's nothing that has to do with a conducive relationship.
Yeah.
There's nothing that has to do with love.
Yeah.
There's nothing that has to do with anything among those needs. It's just can you afford me? That's all I hear. Can you afford me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel once you rule out all those other aspects to a relationship, you're no better than a hooker.
Because I was literally just about to say, I feel for everything that she's asking about, it's like, bro, you could probably find, you know, a nice escort that's, you know, somewhat kind of wholesome and, you know,
give that life to her.
And you just say, hey, you know what? Like, how much do you make a month? And then they tell you, and then it's just like, oh, I can afford that. Would you quit if I'm just the one that pays you? And then it's like, it could literally be like,
but she did say that.
That's what she wants. She wants a nigga who would want her to not. She's like, I watched more of it in depth, and she's just like, yeah, the guy who I'm with is not going to want me to work. So, like, you know, if I'm not working, then you have to cover my bills. Yeah. But for me, I'm just thinking is like, yo, if your bills are that high, you can keep on working, bro. Like, you can keep on doing whatever work you want to do, and we can build together.
Because that's the other thing, too. It's like, if you're talking about this type of crazy money, how on earth have you gotten to that level of wealth without having to do a lot of work? And it's like, why would I, as a person, find it in the best interest for you to stop working and doing what got you to where you are?
And like, so we gotta, that's why the first thing that I said is, I wonder what is going through the minds of niggas that have the amount of money to be able to give her what she's asking for.
Well, maybe it's not their mind, maybe it's their penis.
Because I can imagine when you have that level of wealth and you're trying to trick, one part of the things that come out of your mouth is like, baby, when you're with me, you don't gotta do shit. You see that old nigga that you did, he makes you pay for your shit, he makes you do your nails, he makes you pay for your trips. I could do all that shit for you. So that shit starts to sink into their minds like, oh, yeah, okay.
That's what Paul Pierce was talking about. With these, they're cooked. She is cooked. She is cooked. Like, mentally, she is cooked. And I'm not saying that what she's even asked for is unattainable. I bet she could find some suck ass nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're not going to respect that nigga. She's not going to respect that nigga. She's going to respect the money. She's definitely going to respect the money, but she's not going to respect the nigga. And I just feel like once you start putting a price tag on certain things, you're just a prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once it's like, you know, the access card to get to you is money, is a certain threshold of money. Yeah,
you're
an escort. You're a prostitute, a high end one.
And that's kind of why I was saying, it's just like, bro, like, you could literally just find an escort that, like, you're generally like, you're kind of cool. And then just, you know, because like on the other end of it, like I was saying before, it's like, okay, if you're genuinely a woman who, like, you know, built a business and you built this whole wealth for yourself, it's just like, it doesn't make sense that, like, you're just gonna stop working. Like, unless you literally just sell your business and it's worth a lot of money, then it's like, okay, but like, now you have a lot of money. So
what I'm thinking about though is if I'm up and I meet a girl that's up, I'm not trying to un-up her so I could take care of her so I could be down.
I feel like you have the mindset of someone who, you know what I mean, who's come up, who, you know what it's like to be smart with your money. I feel like niggas who, you know, got into a lot of money maybe through like a rap career, you know, like like a sports player, like I don't think they're financially like illiterate enough to think like that.
For me, it's not about finances though, because honestly, like you guys said, is that like she's fine until she started talking, so it would turn you off even having this mentality. So that whole thing is like, it's less about being financially literate and it's about that mentality being unattractive because you're thinking about yourself the whole entire way. You're not thinking about us as a unit, and that's the thing, that when we're thinking about a long-term relationship, that's what matters to me, is about, will this person consider me? Will this person consider my child? Will this person consider our family, or are they going to only think about themselves first? And I feel like with that mentality, she, like, I don't understand at our prime age, or I think she's a little bit older, but at the end of the day, if you're making, like, I don't think she's making $50,000 a month.
No.
Right. She said that you need double. You need double. So she's probably making $25,000 or something, or maybe $20,000 a month. Yeah, 100%. But I feel like I would want the girl with the mentality who just like, yo, let's build an empire and let's be kings and queens because we're both going to combine. Not let me drain you so I could just live comfortably and be a trophy wife while you continue doing what you're doing. And I'm just going to stop at all my motion. I'm just going to stop all my motion, but you still just got to hold down all the bills for everything that I was doing before.
Honestly, I think the fact that she's single kind of gives me a little bit of insight into the dynamics of her relationship. So like, my imagination is, she's obviously attractive. She's in a circle of people who are able to have the amount of money that she's asking for. That's why she doesn't think that it's unreasonable.
Would he be nervous to approach her?
Huh?
Would he be nervous to holler at her and approach her?
Oh yeah, I would never approach a girl like this.
Yo, my stomach. The butterflies. I would have to get a nigga to dare me still. Yeah.
Oh,
tell me I'm a bitch if I don't do it.
do it if you're raw.
I'm like, hi.
So basically, I can imagine the niggas that she's talking to, not the simps that like she doesn't respect, the guys that she would want to be with, they probably are telling her, yeah, tricking, like they're talking game, like tricking, right? Because when she says be with me, I don't even think she's talking about like maybe she thinks it's get married, but I think the niggas that like are dealing with her, they're just like, yeah, you know, you're fine, you're just basically talking game, I'll take care of you. And then they're like, I can afford it. They do it for a little bit and they're like, I'm tired of this bitch. I'm going to find another one to do the same shit with. But for some reason, she thinks that like
she's a dime a dozen or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're just another bop.
Yeah.
That's all you are. Another bop. Mm-hmm. And I told you, I keep on telling you, men want to be cared about. That's one thing that like is unspoken, but men like to be cared about. And once it seems like all you care about is what a nigga could provide opposed to who he is, then only a simp nigga that you probably wouldn't want is gonna want you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So I think that screws her mindset, because it's like she cycles through niggas that do that for a short period of time. Yeah, that's why she's always single.
So she's always chasing that now.
Yeah. Okay. Would you guys indulge a month maybe?
I would if I had the money. Fuck it, bro.
Honestly, bro. Like,
because again, you're not trying to. You talk the game that you're gonna be with her. Obviously, that's probably what she needs to hear to get into her fucking coochie. But you know, I'm not here for the long term.
So I don't lie to bitches. I'm not gonna lie. But first of all, honestly, that once you're up like that, fam, a girl like that is not as significant as we're going to look at her. She's a trophy to us because we don't even see women like that all the time. But you know, women like that all the time know how to find niggas with money. So if there's niggas who could pay $50,000 a month, $600,000 a year, $500,000 a year to one girl. If you have that type of income, you're a multi-millionaire. I don't think that she's going to be the one where you're just like, yeah, let me just settle down and throw it all away.
But that was not your question. Your question was like for like a month or two, you knowing at the back of your mind, I'm not here for long term. I'm trying to fuck the shit out of this and then move on. Would you indulge in that?
No, because there's other girls who look just as good. Who are probably cheaper.
For free, fam. For a 1-2 date, not even to anywhere expensive, fam. You know, you take her to like a nice little...
I honestly, I think, my opinion, I think that at that level of wealth, you're not really being logical in how you spend your money.
Maybe you.
I don't think
I feel like I'm old enough. I think that I'm old enough to. I've been broke long enough to. If I was rich, I would be so scared of losing it, bro. I would be so scared of losing it that I would not pay $50,000, even if I could afford it. I'm not paying $50,000 a month. Ego wise, it makes me feel like a bitch to have to pay for it like that.
Do you think niggas are actually paying $50,000, or she just want? No, that's the thing. I think she just wants to know that you can afford to pay $50,000.
She's attracting. I bet you her making that video attracted some tricks that felt like because of the money that they have, that even though that they're ugly ass niggas or old ass niggas, that they can now qualify, you know, because of their bank account. But I feel like I low key feel like this was a trick by her to bait out the tricks.
Facts.
Yeah,
but she knows that real, because Bow Wow. You didn't see Bow Wow commented on that. Bow Wow already slapped it. Bow Wow was with her, and he basically said that, yeah, I ain't have to do none of that.
That's what I'm saying. As I was about to say, I don't think people actually have to do that, but I think you have to have the capacity to be able to do it, but you don't have to actually do it.
Nah, if you're a clouded up nigga that doesn't have a lot of money, but you got the sauce, but like everybody, like you got clout, I feel like she'll fuck on that nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even really about, like, I feel like
a lot of girls will fuck just based off status.
Yeah.
You might just have to have a little Airbnb, little rental car. No, we got a little.
But they know once you have a status where all these girls want you anyways, they know they're not gonna put that stipulation on you because you're just gonna go to another bitch. So I think she's playing the game. So shout out to her. My girlfriend's so smart. You chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much.